Africa's youth. That's the future of this continent. And we've got to support them to be able to unlock their potential. Second, on the issue that you raised about the source of funds to support the high fund. Let me say that first and foremost, charity begins at home. The bank is going to put its own money where its mouth really is. Okay? If you take, for example, the case of energy. For energy, the bank is going to invest $12 billion over the next 5 years of its own money. But we are also going to use those monies to leverage other people's money, the private sector in particular. We expect that $12 billion will leverage for us $45 to $50 billion by using credit enhancement facilities and partial risk guarantee facilities to be able to leverage and de-risk the financial markets to lend to the energy sector. Now, when it comes to how you deal with all of what I've just said, clearly the amount of money required is more than what the bank has. So how's the bank going to do that? In 3 ways. First is that we are going to work with countries to dedicate a significantly higher share of their own GDP to some of these critical areas. Big energy, for example, which is the theme of this annual meeting. African countries today dedicate only 0.3% of their GDP to the energy sector. If they increase that to 3.4%, if we make available about $54 billion a year, right there, which is the gap that we have to fill annually to solve Africa's energy problem. If you take a look at the amount of tax revenues that African countries collect today, it's about $500 billion a year, annual tax revenue. If you take 10% of that and you put it in the energy sector, you solve the problem. But you also look at the massive amount of funds that are available in the domestic capital markets. And we have to leverage that domestic capital market. Take, for example, the pension fund. Pension funds in Africa today, it's just about $334 billion. That's money we must leverage. Sovereign wealth fund, $164 billion. That's money we must leverage. Private equity funds, about $27 billion. That's money we must leverage. And finally, we must make sure that the more than $60 billion that goes walking away, goes missing, illicit capital flows, we've got to end that. That's money that must go into solving many of these issues that we have. So I believe that Africa is not poor at all. It may have a lot of poor people, but Africa is not a poor continent. We have to mobilize our resources and channel them